Now, you guys are probably wondering why I'm out here, and this was called the Future Finance. A few weeks back, maybe a month ago, people thought my account got hacked because I said something favorable about a product I downloaded. It's an algo, free algo, and I'll talk about it. And a lot of people go, oh, Deaton never shields anything, which I don't. And you know, sometimes I say complimentary things about Uphold, and sometimes I say complimentary things about other things. And so thank you to Brad Kimes. And I need you to stick back, if you don't mind, when we're done here in 19 minutes, if you could stick around, because they're going to announce the Shark Tank winners, and it'd be nice if they have an audience. But anyways, so I'm someone who has always owned my XRP or my Bitcoin from 2016. And I've never did Celsius, I never did BlockFi, and I'm a terrible trader. And I would just hold it, and I was like, God, it'd be nice if I could earn something, but I'm never giving up my crypto, period. I'm never loaning it out, and I'm not a leverage guy. I'm not that risky. I'm 57 years old, so I don't want to be too risky, but it just sits there. And so I came across, a friend of mine was talking to me about this company he's working for called Arch Public. And I said, well, what's that? And he goes, you know, it's algos, John, where they do you set the parameters and it does the trading for you. And I got interested in it because when I looked into it, it seemed like technology that Galaxy, Coinbase, A16Z, kind of technology that only institutions have, not retail investors. And my mission in life is for regular people to be able to build wealth and abolish bullshit like the accredited investors rule and stuff like that. So I basically, you know, download it, and I'm not here selling anything because this product, I wouldn't be here if this product wasn't at least free for people to try. And so Brad Kimes, I said, listen, I want to make sure people understand why I did what I did and why I got interested in this, because it's something that's passionate to me. So that's why I'm here. It's a fascinating thing because I get texts at 2 o'clock in the morning when I wake up that I bought XRP or that I traded some Bitcoin and stuff like that. So let me first introduce this guy. What's your name?
Tillman, Holloway, CEO of Arch Public.
And this is Arch Public, and they actually were the sponsor for the whole whale experience with Gemini at the Bitcoin conference. But you know the software because you're behind it, you're the founder. Tell them what it is.
Sure.
In a way that I can't.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been an XRP holder for over 8 years. I love crypto. It's changed my life. I want it to change as many other people's lives as possible. As you know, if you've been in the space, there's a lot of fraud. There has been a lot of kind of rug pulls. The technology that we've built is for the people. If you have been in institutional trading or any brokerage of any size, you know that plus 75% of every trade that goes on is automatic. It's through algorithms. High frequency trading, that's one of the terms that gets thrown around a lot. But the reality of it is that all of the smartest minds in our space have said volatility is a feature, it's not a liability. But when you talk to people, most people don't know how to harvest that volatility. They don't know how to take advantage of it. And so we built a tool, a piece of software that is completely user-driven. You remain in control of your assets at all times. And if you're familiar with like a covered call type of a strategy, it's similar in the fact that you are accumulating XRP at every dip. And you're doing that based upon what you determine to be market exhaustion. So if you want to trade on a 4-hour candle, if you want to trade on a day candle, whatever the parameters that you set into the software are, it's going to be looking for market exhaustion within that time frame. And if you can determine how much of a long bias you want. So you could have every buy be 2x your sells, and so you're accumulating as you're purchasing on the downturns, and as the volatility presents opportunities to take some cash off the table, it's doing that as well. So the analogy I would give you is like all of us have been manual traders, all of us have been tied to our phones, waking up in the middle of the night, waiting for the dips, trying to buy those dips. It's a stressful, it's stressful to say the least, and it's not sustainable. And so this is something, instead of being on the tuna boat, waiting for the tuna to hook up on the rig and you reel them in and put all that work in, this is like having all the lines out in the water, you're trolling, and they hook up when they hook up, and you're ready for it, and you're ready to reel them in. There's a very exhilarating feeling once you've downloaded the software when it starts acting on your behalf, according to your preferences, exactly the way you want it to execute. So this is not a magic box that we've created that's gonna make you a ton of money. This is going to be something that's going to free you up from the emotional burdens and the time burdens of trading. That's really what it's about. And so if you want to own more XRP over time and you want to acquire that at a blended cost curve, a DCA cost curve that's advantageous to you, this gets it done without any of the troubles that go along with that. And to the degree that the market presents volatility to the upside, you can determine how much of that stack you want to let go of at any of those time periods. So it's really a money management tool as much as anything that keeps you disciplined from smash buying large quantities and then regretting the single price point that you bet would be the bottom. And it's allowing you to get a really blended cost curve all the way through the downturns. So that's really what, it's nothing sexy compared to what you've seen in the automation space before, where people are promising you these huge returns. If you want to own XRP, if you want to own Bitcoin, this is the most prudent way, according to the brightest minds in our space, to manage that volatility through incremental purchasing or DCAing.
Yeah, so first of all, make sure everybody gets that. Like, some people ask me what I think about it, and I'm sort of like everybody's guinea pig. That's what I said. 'Cause I'm going to produce all the trades. And I told these guys, I said, listen, because I'm not someone, I don't get paid to say anything about anything. And I told these guys, listen, if I'm going to publicly say anything about being associated with Arch Public, know that I'm going to give them all the info, all the trades, whether it's mixed reviews, great reviews, or piss poor reviews. And when I said that to Tillman and Andrew, they were like, good. And so that was sort of like a test for me. And then that's why I was like, all right, let me see if this thing works. And so the way I look at it is it's moron proof. And I'm the moron, right? Because listen, I've been in XRP, I owned XRP a really decent amount. The lawsuit happened, you people happened. All of a sudden, I got 10,000 people joining. Damn, 20,000. The more he joined, I was like, fuck it, I'm buying more. Like almost like I gotta be even more invested because these people are all joining me. And so, as you can imagine, it got to 75,000 token XRP holders from 143 countries around the world. So I own a lot of shitload of XRP because of you all. That's why I often said, everyone says Deaton did everything for free. Not really. Not if I didn't charge hourly to write the amicus brief and do all that. But if you inspired me because I inspired you, and I bought a shitload of XRP under 50 cents, and now it's, over $2, I think I've done okay. And I think I've been rewarded. So that's why I always push back when people say, oh, you did everything for free. It's not really, but I promised myself, damn, all that struggles, at $3, I'm taking 15% off the table. $3 came and I'm like, it's going to $4. Fuck yeah, man. God damn it, I'm not a $5.89 guy, but I tell you, I'm a $5.89 guy. So I didn't sell, and it goes back to $1.95, and I'm like, okay, I told you, I'm like, I might be a good lawyer, but I'm a shitty trader. And so that's what attracted me, and that's why I got excited and was like, oh my God, look what I found, because when I downloaded it, I literally woke up and it was like, I checked my emails, and we'll talk about this, about Gemini in a second, but it was an email from TradingView and an email from Gemini that I bought XRP on the dip, and it executed at 2 in the morning. I was like, that's cool. Then I go to court, and I have a court hearing, lasts about 3 hours. I come out of court, I got an email that says I sold, right? Because I'm on different algos, like 4 hours, 6 hour, 1 day. You can do 1 week, all that stuff. So that's kind of cool. It was exclusively on Gemini.
Yes.
And I told Tillman, then he reminded me he's been an XRP holder longer than me, because I said, well, you know, Gemini's, you know, a lot of XRP holders don't think Gemini stepped up, and he's like, trust me, I know. So if they are interested on doing the free download.
Yeah, let me touch on that for a second. Our software is completely free. There's no trial version. The entire full, robust, full set of tech is available to you to download for free today. There is no promotion. It will always be free. If you use the free version of this forever, that is our goal. We want millions of people to use our technology and have that aha moment of what trading automation can do for retail traders. We do help companies, institutions set up treasuries, XRP, Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum. That is a paid version. So they are paying for your use of the free product, and it's working out exceptionally well that way. So for retail traders, come and use it. I've been in the space long enough to know trust and verify. Don't trust, but verify. And, you know, to John's point, there's a lot to be desired from a lot of the broker firms out there. And what we want is a product that works on all of them. The core hub of technology that we use is TradingView, so that you can back test specific parameters and strategies and trust the data that you're getting, because it's not coming from one exchange. You can actually have it feed from multiple exchanges. So there's this independent, unbiased verification process whereby which you're controlling the software off exchange. You're not posting any of the orders on the market book. It's completely private and verified by you and controlled by you and only you. And so to John's point, we did launch our product on Gemini. We have a partnership with them. We sponsored the Whale Room over at the Bitcoin conference this year with a tremendous response and success. But next 2 weeks, we'll be launching Kraken, as you know, has the deepest pool of liquidity that I've been able to find on for XRP. So we're really excited about that and the opportunities that brings. A lot of Canadian customers have requested that. They cannot be served through Gemini. Coinbase will be shortly thereafter. We're speaking to crypto.com. We're speaking to a lot of different brokerages out there that are wanting to integrate this software because, quite frankly, it injects a level of excitement and passion back into the retail space that you can't find in any other product. And what I mean by that is when you set something, forgive the analogy, but if any of you have the vacuum or the sweeper, the iRobot that cleans your house when you're gone, this is that for trading. You tell it what rooms you want it to clean. You set all of the parameters. And then when you're away, picking up your daughter from school, in court, whatever the instance may be, it's executing on your behalf according to your preferences. You turn it off whenever you want. You turn it on whenever you want. So everything that you know about trading automation, we've tried to change, which means it's in your hands. There's no secret black box that you can't pick apart. It's absolutely transparent, and everything we do is a free license for users that want to trade less than $10,000 a year. So if you want to use our platform to buy $50,000 of XRP over the next 5 years and get through the next cycle and see what that looks like, you're able to do that with absolutely no cost.
I want to make sure they understand, because I don't want anyone to be misled in any way. You mentioned 10,000, so it's a free product, but a 10,000 cap.
So we have a thresholds of capital. So for the larger institutional buyers, if they want to establish a treasury of some sorts, we have pricing that can go up to millions and millions of purchases in XRP or Bitcoin per year. If you're a retail trader and you want to use it as a 401k or an IRA type of a device where you're just stockpiling and or savings every month, it's absolutely free, up to $10,000 of trading per year. So I encourage everyone, seeing is believing. You have never seen a product like this. There is no competitor to us right now. I'm sure there will be a year from now, but we're really excited about kind of shining a light on what the possibilities are through trading automation and how it can help you achieve your goals. It's no different than anything in life. There's a lot of discipline that's required to get to your goals, and this is something that instills that discipline without emotion, and you set it and forget it, and you look back at the end of the time period that you set it for, and you've gotten exactly what you wanted out of it.
So no one should be misunderstand. This is no get rich quick scheme or anything like that. And I wouldn't even be interviewing you if they had to buy a product. So do what I did, which was do the free stuff and see it. The people ask me why because I've taken a lot of time to have credibility to not be associated with companies. And a lot of people thought that I got hacked because I normally don't do that. Listen, I'm in a different position in life today. Many of you read my book know that that's not always been the case. I know what it's like to have $200,000 in debt. You're trying to set a life, you're trying to build wealth, you got bills, and you got struggle. And it seems like, all of the big guys, the big boys, always have the tools. And so when I came across this, it's why I got excited. And I'm thankful that Brad Kimes gave me the opportunity because Arch Public's up here. Brad Kimes didn't get any, he didn't get paid for this. He was like, no, John, if you're excited about something and you want to share it with the community, go ahead. That's why I love this community so much. It's not all about people just trying to line their pockets. And so that's why I got excited, because the whole thought, I remember being young and being like, wow, wouldn't it be cool if you could make money in your sleep? I remember they were talking about Michael Jordan's endorsements and be like, Michael Jordan makes such and such per hour while he sleeps. I'm like, as someone who was poor, I was like, would that be something one day that a regular person could wake up in the morning and be like, damn, I got paid at 4 a.m. and didn't know it. And so, but don't take this as, oh my God, this is some product that you're going to download and you're going to get rich tomorrow. But I think as we move forward, that's why I told Brad to call this the future of finance. As artificial intelligence and automation becomes sort of the cornerstones moving forward in life, I think that it makes sense for regular people to have those tools as well. So
it's one of those things where I've never met anybody that says, I wish I owned less. Right? It's always about, I missed an opportunity. There's times in this market, and as prices go up and down, there's opportunities that present themselves. The volatility can work for you. That can work to your advantage. But it requires you sitting in front of your computer 24/7 and waiting for it to present itself. And then having the math done to execute on your behalf on the proper risk-reward ratios and proper liquidation price and all those things. And so this is something that allows you to set it up prior to the emotion being in the circumstance, prior to you being in the trade, and do all of that behind the scenes, and then it executes when that opportunity presents itself. So the reason why we chose $10,000 as the cap is because we wanted to create a business model that allowed as many participants to use it for free, but still stay in business with a product that we could sell to the institutions that could afford it. And the $10,000, we went and did some regression analysis, and if you've been diligent over any 4-year period in this space in accumulating, and you've done it in a DCA type manner, you've had life-changing money as an effect of that. And when average home prices are going up and inflation's eroding our savings and all of those things, it's very helpful to have something that you can rely on to accumulate the hardest assets in the world. Assets that have scarcity, assets that have utility, assets that are bringing us into the 21st century.
All right, we got 1 minute. Let me ask you, what about people like me who are technologically challenged? And you talk about setting up the algos. Do they have to pay to do the free download?
No, and I urge you, we have an incredible staff at Arch Public. They're exceptionally passionate. Every single one of them is a previous customer of mine. So they know the product inside and out. They love the product, and they want to help you get trading with the product. So if you download the free version, you can call us. Someone will answer the phone. You will experience customer service like you have never experienced in the crypto space before. They will stay on the phone with you and have multiple calls until you feel absolutely confident and comfortable running the technology. And that's what our commitment level is to you guys.
All right, last question. You think we're going to see Arch Public sponsor XRP?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
I got to give Brad Keim something. Come on. Hey.
I know it's not on our App Store. Go to archpublic.com and click on the XRP algo, and you can sign up right there and start downloading it and using it.
All right, remember, they're going to set up and give the winners to the Shark Tank. They asked me to say that. I fucking love you people.
Thank y'all for letting me come. Yeah.